Hello everyone, this is Dino Chris from Prehistoric Facts, and this is a Q&A episode, so let's actually get started, shall we? So, first questions come from Benjamin. So your first question, how much high stress can Abelisaurs handle compared to Allosaurus? So they actually are pretty even in when it comes to bite force in terms of like range, in terms of high stress. And so when you look at Abelisaurs and you compare it to, like, say, Allosaurus, they're nearly even. Now, I would say Allosaurus has a slight edge over some Abelisaurs in terms of that. Like, the skull shape is actually going to be a factor because Abelisaurs have short skulls, and they're kind of basically almost like bulldog heads in a way. And so they actually do have a good enough bite. It's just that they're more on towards, like, say, like create devastating wounds with, like, just kind of like shaking and all that sorts of stuff. That's probably what they would more likely be doing on that case. Whereas Allosaurus didn't have to do that that much, and so they probably had to use. So Allosaurus had a little bit more of a stronger bite, just slightly though. Your second question, do Abelisaurs have the second strongest bite force out of all large predatory dinosaurs? No. So when we look at large predatory dinosaurs, Abelisaurs are actually going to be like at least tied with third with Allosaurus, or otherwise be at fourth behind Allosaurus. And so when we look at the large predatory dinosaurs, Spinosaurs are not included in this. Because it's kind of hard to estimate a little bit of Spinosaur bite force a little bit, but like I'm pretty sure there is some science that is going about that right now of like determining like how strong the bites of Spinosaurs really were. But when it comes to Abelisaurs, they're either going to be like pretty even with Allosaurus, but second highest goes to the Carcharodontosaurids. And so that belongs to, like, say, Carcharodontosaurus, Giganotosaurus, Mapusaurus, those types of dinosaurs. And, of course, number one is going to be the Tyrannosaurs, mainly Tyrannosaurus rex. Tyrannosaurs actually have a much stronger bite force. And so Carcharodontosaurs are actually second. And Tyrannosaurs are actually going to be top. Whereas Abelisaurs are actually going to be right with Allosaurus or otherwise just slightly below them. Why do Abelisaurs have stocky hind legs? This would actually be of muscles. So they actually had very large muscles in the legs. And when we look at Carnotaurus, for example, Carnotaurus has very large muscles in its legs, like mainly like on the hips and the femur, and even like their calves were pretty big as well. And then you get the tail portion of Carnotaurus, and that tail has huge muscles, and so these were used for locomotion. And so that type of locomotion that they were actually going pretty fast for what they are. Carnotaurus would actually be the fastest Abelisaur, and so what that would determine is about like how strong like their balance is, and of course like can they run fast? And I would say yes, they can run fast to a degree, especially with the smaller Abelisaurs, like say Majungasaurus, for example. That animal is more likely going to be using like very short, quick bursts of speed. It's not going to be like a pursuit animal by any means, because if you're on an island and also a majority of your prey is actually slow, you don't need speed whatsoever. But like if you're Carnotaurus, you're actually going after things that are going to be fast. And so, yeah, you might as well take advantage of that. And so, yeah, I would actually pretty much say is that the reason why that Abelisaurs have stocky hind legs is because of the muscle mass of, like, being able to balance themselves, and of course, to be able to have good bursts of speed when they need to. Carnotaurus actually just is so strange compared to other Abelisaurs. It's just so strange. And who would win, Megaraptor or Irritator? So these two animals are nearly 20 million years difference between them in terms of like where they are in the Cretaceous period. Irritator lived in the early Cretaceous, whereas Megaraptor lived in the late Cretaceous. And so around that kind of time, and of course they're found in South America and all that. But I would say that Megaraptors got the speed, and also it would actually have the better reach in terms of arms, because Megaraptors got really long arms with much bigger claws, so it might be able to grab on to Irritator very well in that regard. But they're pretty even in size still, too. So I would say Irritators got the muscle mass, so it probably has a little bit more of the strength to be able to actually handle certain types of, like say, push-offs or anything like that. But it could be even. I could say it's a toss-up. It's a toss-up. You could go either way with this one. But like, if you want to go by bite force, I would probably say that Irritator might actually have that a little bit more. But Spinosaur jaws are just so weird when it comes to bite force. They're just so weird. Whereas Megaraptor's got like that classic like theropod type of skull. But even though the teeth are a bit smaller, so I probably would say that they're pretty even when it comes to like a battle like that. And Alex, your question: how possible do you think it was for Giganotosaurus and Mapusaurus to be in the same formation together? More highly unlikely, because first and foremost, when we look at Mapusaurus, Mapusaurus was found in the Huincle formation. And so Mapusaurus lived 106 million years ago in Argentina, whereas Giganotosaurus lived 100 to 95 million years ago in the Cretaceous period. And the rock formation that it actually was in the Caladoros formation, Candelauros formation. Candelauros formation. So they're totally separate. But is it possible that they possibly did meet at one point? Maybe, but that might be on the line of where Mapusaurus was already starting to go extinct. But right now, no. Giganotosaurus is in the younger rock formation, whereas Mapusaurus is in an older rock formation. And so they do have similarities because they're both carcharodontosaurs. It's just that they're just going to be a little bit different when it comes to like some bodies. But body size is going to be nearly identical. I think, if I remember correctly, that Giganotosaurus is slightly heavier than Mapusaurus, even though that, like, when Mapusaurus was discovered, it was thought that Mapusaurus was larger than Giganotosaurus, but that's still up for debate. But that I would say that right now, no, that they did not meet each other. They probably did not see each other at that point in time, because the climates were completely different, and also the animals would have been different too in terms of prey. And so, yeah, I would say that no. For right now, no. But that's all the questions I got for you today. So in 2 weeks, it will be an extra episode, and that will be my review on The End of Oak Street. So I am planning to see this movie with a friend of mine on the 17th of August of 2026. So I'll be seeing that. So there will be no new episode next week because I am traveling to Lancaster, Wisconsin, which is in the southwestern part of Wisconsin, for a event with a friend of mine that I'm helping out with his thing called Forest Whales. So it's basically just a whale program that I'm helping out with, and I do bring some of my stuff with. So basically bringing my Tyrannosaur stuff with me to actually showcase my Tyrannosaur program for this year. And so, yeah. So if you're in Lancaster on the August 19th of 2026, feel free to come on down to the Shriner Memorial Library in Lancaster, Wisconsin. So if you're going to be there, come and say hi, and I can tell you about about Tyrannosaurs and even some of the whale stuff that is actually going to be on the tables, because I'm actually in charge of the tables. Whereas, like, my friend, he's going to be inside the life-size 60-foot gray whale. And so, you can go inside there and you can actually check out like some really cool stuff about whales. And so if you're in the Lancaster area, come on down and check out Clara the gray whale, and of course my type of stuff, which is the paleontology stuff. And so anyway, so come and check that out if you're actually in the area. But so yeah, in 2 weeks it will be the extra episode, my review of the end of Oak Street. And you can still send me questions about dinosaurs and other prehistoric life by emailing me at dinocris71@gmail.com. And also you can send me questions through Facebook and Prehistoric Facts with Dino Chris. Like the page, you should post your questions in the comment section. Please put them in the comment section. Don't put them on Messenger. Messengers are private conversations only. So please put your questions in the comment section on any Facebook post. And also for you YouTubers out there, like the video, subscribe to the channel. According to my analytics, a lot of you guys that are checking out my channel are not subscribed yet. So please feel free to hit that subscribe button and also hit the like button, because that's what the YouTube algorithm works. The more likes the video gets, the more likely the video gets spread out to people interested in dinosaurs, prehistoric life, paleontology, and geology in general. So please feel free to do so. And also share the video, share the channel to anybody that is interested in dinosaurs, prehistoric life, paleontology, and geology in general. So please feel free to do so. And also hit the bell so that we can get weekly notifications of every video that comes out. And also you can go on my channel. You can check out the post tab. I post updates on videos and even like news in paleontology, mainly in the dinosaur stuff. Occasionally I post reptile stuff on occasion for paleontology stuff, but mostly dinosaurs are actually going to be talked about on the channel in terms of news. And of course, so I post polls every 3 days on the channel, so that way you guys can check them out and participate. And you guys are participating in them, and that's awesome. And also for you YouTubers out there, leave your questions in the comments section, because I do read them all. All of you guys are sending me questions via email, Facebook, and YouTube. You guys are awesome. Give me rates or great questions for the Q&A episodes like this one, so keep up the great work. And also make sure you keep your questions short to the point. You can also follow me on Instagram at dino.chris.pf. I post pretty cool stuff on there. You can also follow me on Threads, same thing, at dino.chris.pf. I post pretty cool stuff on there as well. Also, take care of the people around you. And also for your younger people out there, and make sure to listen to your parents, your teachers, and your guardians. It's the best motivation you can have for good education. It's very important. Have a good education. With a good education, you get a good job in the future. And also, I want to point out too, this Friday on August 14th, 2026, I will be in Oconto Falls, which is north of Green Bay, Wisconsin. So if you're going to be in the Oconto Falls area, just north of Green Bay, come on down to the Oconto Falls area and find out where the Forest Whales event is taking place, and you can actually come and say hi to me, and also get to see my friend who is actually in charge of this program, and also because I get to bring bits of my program with me as well. So all of my friends that are in Green Bay or the Green Bay area, please come on down and check out this 60-foot gray whale, and also my kind of stuff. And I bring Tyrannosaur stuff with me, and so come on, check that out. So anyway, that's it for now, and I'll see you guys next time.